Okay, hey guys, this is Dustin with Iron Grip Gym and my daughter Kylie. We're going to do a salmon with a avocado salsa. I'm just doing this to maybe give you guys some ideas of stuff you can do to eat a little bit better if you're looking for ideas and you know, something maybe a little unique that you don't do often. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to start off with my salmon. I am going to put some dill on it. You can kind of season it to where you think you'd like it. Okay, I'm going to put it on both fillets, and the recipe I have up calls for 1 pound and 1/4 of salmon. Clearly I have a huge piece. It's probably, my wife bought it so I'm not sure, but I would say it's probably around 3.5 pounds or something. Okay, and then I'm just going to take, so that was dill. Now I'm just going to take regular sea salt. I'm going to put some regular sea salt on here. Okay. Now I have my skillet. My skillet's on medium. Just going to take a little water. Drip it in my skillet. Make sure that the water skitters. Okay, so the recipe will call for 1 pound, 1/4 salmon. It'll call for 3 tomatoes. It'll call for 2 avocados. Here's my diced avocados. It'll call for 3 tablespoons of lime juice. Okay, it'll call for 1 tablespoon of olive oil. You can also use lemon juice if you want, if you don't like lime. Okay, so these ones can be substituted, it's up to you. Calls for 2 teaspoons of Dijon mustard. Calls for 1 tablespoon, of chopped diced green onion. And it calls for, well, I already said 3 tomatoes, so 3 tomatoes. So I have all my stuff here. I'll get to that. The recipe's posted too. This is just to show you how to cook it quick. And it doesn't take long. The salmon only takes about 10 minutes depending on how you want it done. So now that the water skittered and my skillet is ready, I'm going to turn it down to like a medium-low heat. Okay, I'm going to layer the skillet well. With my olive oil. I usually grab a paper towel. And just spread it around in there. Okay, now I'm going to take my first salmon fillet and I'm going to put it in the bottom of the skillet. Now what you want to do right away then is you want to season the other side of the salmon fillet. Okay, because you are going to have to flip it. Okay, and dill. Put the dill on to your liking. As you can tell, I love dill. Okay, now I'm going to cover it. I'm going to give that side 4 minutes before I go back in here and flip it. Okay, you're going to know the salmon's done when it's when it's not as bright. It'll be like a very faded out pink color. Okay, so while we're here waiting for this piece of salmon, I'm going to come over here and I'm going to take my avocados. Okay, so it's supposed to be 2 avocados diced. Okay, it calls for, did you grab that, Kay? Yes. Calls for 1 tablespoon of the green onion. I love green onion, and I'm going to do a couple tablespoons. Okay, then it calls for the tomatoes. I'm going to put those in last. so I am going to use the lime. I'm going to go 3 tablespoons of lime juice. Just like that. Then I'm going to take my 2 tablespoons of Dijon mustard. Just went nuts on me.
We're going to do this over again.
Can't do it over again. Okay, there's my mustard. There's not over again, but got a little messy. Okay, now that I have that, now I need my olive oil, which is here. And that calls for a tablespoon of olive oil. And mix that all together. Okay, and if you're worried about avocado keeping for the week, since you are cooking for the week, you could always, mix up the green onions and everything, and leave out the tomatoes and avocados and cut them halfway through the week. So cut enough for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then come back and cut the rest, later on, because it's so easy to make. I mean, it doesn't take you any time. So, and then I'm gonna add my tomatoes to my mixture. And try not to crush the tomatoes to death here. You want them to be kind of chunky, if you like them that way. Yeah, so my salmon's starting to look done on that side. So anyway, this is the avocado salsa. I mean, that's all that's to it. It's simple. It's healthy. I mean, this is probably the worst thing that's in it is the olive oil and the mustard, which isn't even bad. Like I said, you can go lime or you can go lemon. And then you can cook. I prefer to cook like broccoli or something with it. So I'm gonna go over here, take my salmon, looking pretty good. See if I can flip it without making a total mess. Give it a little more heat. Okay, it's almost done. So yeah, over here I just have mixed veggies in a steamer pot. Okay, just like that. I usually try to cook it at a low temperature, as low as possible, to try to keep some of the nutrients in the vegetables. Because if you cook them too fast and too hot, it can zap a lot of the nutrients out of the vegetables. So yeah, that's about it. I'll post a recipe. You just have this dumb little video. As soon as this gets done, I'll show you what the salmon looks like. You can flavor this with anything. You can do dill. You can do sea salt. This is really good. It's seafood seasoning. It's just got dill and some other herbs and spices in it. It says it has sugar in it, but it's obviously not enough sugar for them to have to put it on the nutrition list, the nutrition facts. So I would assume it doesn't have that much. This is gluten-free. Like I said, you could do dill. And this can be cooked with any kind of skillet. You could do it, on on the stove. You could do it, you know, in an electric skillet like this one. I would stick with like dill and stuff for this particular recipe, just because of the fact that you have the avocado salsa, you're mixing it with the green onion. It kind of meshes well together. That it's healthy, but always try to stick with a meat and a vegetable. You should always have a vegetable, you know, with your meat. You shouldn't just go all meat. Some people eat fruit, vegetable, and meat. I don't know if that's necessary, but obviously the only reason why I'm using the lid is so it doesn't splatter all over me. So that's almost done. Once I pull it out, I'll show you what it looks like, and we'll be done. So here's a close-up of what your avocado salsa is going to look like. Okay. These are big avocados. If you run across huge avocados, just use 1.5. Otherwise, use the 2. I use the small tomatoes. You can use any kind of tomato you want, but you're supposed to use 3 tomatoes. Just make sure that when you use the smaller ones, it's about equivalent of 3 tomatoes, because the tomato can get kind of overpowering. The house tomatoes are probably the best. So that's what your avocado salsa is looking like. It's really good. And the salmon is about ready to come off. I'll show that. I'll shoot it over there and show you what it looks like. You can also put as much mustard. You can use Dijon mustard, you can use regular mustard, you could even use something like a chipotle mustard. It doesn't matter, there's all kinds of mustards. That's what's nice about Middleton, is we got the mustard museum. You could go there and get all kinds of flavors. The only reason why the Dijon works with it so much is because it's just kind of got that greener flavor to go with the avocados and stuff. Well, that's looking pretty good. Okay, so this, I tend to like my salmon probably a little more done than some people. That's my salmon with dill. It's really good. Like I said, you could use the seafood salmon, and all you're going to do is, if you take this to work, put this in a separate bin. So if you're going to take this to work, what I would do is I'd put this in a separate bin. So take your avocado salsa, put it in a small little container like this, and then take your salmon fillet that you're going to eat for that day. And since it has to be heated, you don't want to put the avocado salsa in with it. So just like that. If you have a vegetable, you could use a little split Tupperware thing, put the vegetables off to the side, put the salmon on the side. So then you can heat this, and then take this to work, and you can put it right on top. Boom, you're done. It's healthy, it's good, it's all good fats. I think it's got about 23 to 26 grams of protein to it. I'll list nutrition facts on Facebook, but that's it. So I hope it was good enough for you guys. I mean, it's my first time doing it, so I apologize that I wasn't really like all that organized, I guess. But anyway, have a good one, guys.